Assalamualaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed thine exalted Christ. I furthermore indeed bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder, leader, teacher, and guide. I greet you all in the nation greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. All praises are due to Allah. On behalf of Brother Abu Muhammad and the Let Us Make Man family, as always, family, we continuously thank you for your support. We thank you for taking a few moments of your time to watch the videos, read our posts, support our cause, our efforts in the plight of the Black community. We can never thank you enough. As always, family, we do our best to not prolong and keep you long on these sessions, but this one might be a little different because we want to take our time and share with you some very valuable and important information, specifically or particularly if you live in the city of Paterson, New Jersey, Passic County. Now, before I get started, let me share some things with you. The Let Us Make Man program goal is to do our best to provide our people with the most accurate and sound information possible. We set this program up in regards to the plight of the Black community. As a member of the Nation of Islam, I do my best to represent in the most respectful manner possible. We are taught to speak the truth regardless to the circumstances. And as I've said in the past, the truth will not always garner or gain friendship. Oftentimes, if one is hit by the truth, they would tend to stray further away from those who are speaking truth. This session that we're doing today, relevant to the city of Paterson, New Jersey. The 66 gangsters in the Paterson Police Department. Now, because I was born and raised in Paterson and also was a victim of this crime syndicate in Passic County. Oh, it's going to get deep in a few minutes, so bear with me. The crime syndicate. So God has raised me to the degree when I can speak to this topic or subject based on my personal experience, along with being raised in the environment. 66 Paterson police officers were reassigned. Who are the 66 police officers belonging to the Paterson police force hit squad. This is not our language. This is the documents and language they released their press teams. North Jersey. So you can't charge me with feeding you false information, because I'm going to feed to you what they have fed to the public. But you're talking about a city in a state with over 50 years of police misconduct. What sparked this video here was the recent beating caught on video live by members of this hit squad in Paterson, New Jersey. See? And because the video was caught and they didn't have control of it, the information got out. As you can see, the crime being committed by members of this 66. These are 66 officers with names. Oh, we have names. We're going to give them to you like they gave them to us. Ain't no holding back nothing. You talking about over 50 years of this type of misconduct in the Passaic County syndicate, crime family, judges, lawyers, prosecutors, sheriff's officers, police officers, city councilmen, mayors, all of them are guilty over the years because it's a profitable business. They say crime pays. It absolutely does. Because the people that's benefiting from it are the same criminals that ride around selling drugs out of the squad cars. This ain't nothing new. The one that got caught just so happened to get caught. Right? But the ones that hadn't got caught over the years, who were able to retire because of the crime syndicate in Passaic County, which a lot of people either don't have the heart to talk about, afraid to talk about, for personal gains, whatever the reasons is, or may really just don't know about. And so they see these people in the downtown districts, Passaic, Newark, Paterson, Plainfield, the whole damn state of New Jersey is a crime syndicate. Organized through what they call law enforcement. Huh? The state of New Jersey taxpayers pays the wages of brutal police officers. Now let's talk about wages. The average wage for a new recruit in Paterson, $42,000, give or take, yearly, rounded off to approximately $917 a week. $42,000, that's the average for quoted February the 16th or the 20th of 2021. Early February, last documented. The average wages for a new recruit coming into the Paterson Police Department is $42,000 a year. Approximately $917 a week. That's what they make, if they make that. With a little tenure and seniority, you might get to 60. But once you become a part of the crime syndicate, you exceed that in a matter of months, right? So let's go into this whole crime family. There's a new chief of police in the city of Paterson, Ibrahim Mike Bukoya. In his first month as Paterson's chief, Bukoya shifted work assignments for 66 officers, or about 15% of the force. A wave of changes that current and former cops say far exceeds the norm. His first month, the new chief of police, Ibrahim Mike Bukoya, shifted work assignments for 66 officers. Where did they go? Mike, where'd you shift them to? Why did you shift them? Oh, police business. Some changes, disrupt the system. Huh? Shake it up. Among the officers whom Bukoya is assigned to new jobs were 2 captains and a sergeant whose names appears on a hit list flyer. Wow. That someone posted in a locker room, bathroom, and hallways at police headquarters early this month. So there's a list of names that was posted. Oh, this is old news. Not really. This is not even a year, just about a year old. But what we're showing you is how the birth of the crime wave and the criminal activities that is committed by members of the Paterson Police Department go untouched. They find ways to justify the crimes. Right? Among the officers whom Mr. Bukoya assigned to new jobs were 2 captains and a sergeant whose names appeared on a hit list. A flyer that someone mysteriously posted in a locker room, bathrooms, and hallways at police headquarters early in the month. The flyer said those names on the hit list faced career assassinations. Wow. For perceived loyalty to the former chief, Troy Oswald, who retired effective February the 1st after a lengthy battle with the current mayor, Andrew Said. The hit list also identified some police department units, including the emergency response team and the traffic division, which ended up undergoing changes in Bukoya's first month as top cop. You don't understand the level of corruption in Passaic County. You don't understand the lives that have been ruined, the lives that have been stolen, out of Passaic County. Paterson, Passaic. Huh? The lives that have been stolen because of this. Huh? Look who involved, some of the people. The hit list also identifies some police department units, including the emergency response team and the traffic division, which end up undergoing changes. I told you, this is a crime syndicate. This is a crime family. Passaic County. It's always been that way. So beating young men and women is the norm. It's the order of the day. They showing you live on body cams. And still want to justify it. As they beat the young man, then when they made the police report, wrote the police report up, they wrote, this is how dumbfounded some of them really are. They wrote in the police report the reason why they stopped the young man, because he was mouthing off to them. And he was becoming a disturbance to the residents in the area. That's what they put in the police report. So that was their reason for pulling the young man over and begin pulverizing, beating on him. Not knowing it was being recorded. And if the young man would have never got a chance to get the recording, get it documented, then the police in Paterson, those particular officers would have got away with what the whole entire force have been getting away with over the last 50 years and better in the city of Paterson. Paterson ain't the only one. We just dealing with Paterson. There's a multitude of crime syndicates, crime families in the law enforcement. I'm not talking about mafiosos. I'm talking about legalized, educated, degree-carrying men and women, lawyers, doctors. Doctors play a role at the hospital in St. Joseph and Barnett Hospital when those victims come in there, beat damn near to death by the police department. The doctors play a role in covering up the crimes out of fear. Out of fear. What is a good cop? There's no such thing. Because a good cop, there may have been a few, always suffer if they decide to jump the fence and do what we call the right thing. This crime family in Passaic County, over 50 years and better. And I can speak to this issue based on personal experience, which I will share as we go on in this session. See, because some of us can sit around and pretend what I'm talking about carry no weight. But that's why police officers, sheriff officers, and all these people in the police department can do the crime, commit the crime that they do in the uniform. See? I got a message for the judge, one of the judges, former judge, retired, Marilyn C. Clark. Hello, Miss Clark. How are you? I'm sure by now you're doing great. You retired. The state called you back to help out, from my understanding. You came on deck in '89. You built you a career of corruption, lies, cover-ups. You charge me with being a menace to society. That's what you call me, Miss Clark. Miss Clark, you thought that you were going to break me, Miss Clark, in your courtroom in 1988 or 89 when I had to come and see you. You call me a menace to society, even though you read the police report and you know half the police reports are falsified, which proved that in this case. When they beat the young man and they falsified the police report, and what they put on the damn police report didn't match what was on the video. Never showed the young man mouthing off at him. But I want to say to you, Miss Clark, you didn't destroy me. You made me. Because of what you done, I met my spiritual father, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which gave me the courage and the will and taught me how to survive what you put me through. And I'm here, Miss Clark. You built you a career in the Passaic County courtroom, crucifying many. You sacrificed a few. Protect the lying police officers and members of the Sheriff Department of Passaic County Sheriff Department that has another notorious history of brutalizing and even killing inmates in Passaic County. We're talking about the crime syndicate. See? I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. See, I'm going to talk about what you're afraid to talk about. I was born and raised in the city. I could take you all the way back to Reuben Hurricane Carter. You ruined the man. On his way to be a prominent fighter, Reuben Hurricane Carter. But Passaic County ruined the man, incarcerated the man for a false crime. That the detective even said, I'm going to ruin your career. You won't be a boxer. And your court system backed that up. So this is a city or a state that is notorious for violating the human rights of the citizens of Paterson, New Jersey. I'm showing you how the crime family comes together legally. Legally, the courts, the judges, the prosecutors, the police officers, the sheriff department, lawyers, state lawyers. It's all a family. See? And so, going back to the report here, multiple officers said the Paterson Internal Affairs Division has launched an investigation into the origins of this hit list flyer. Let's stop right there. Let me read that again. Now, this is coming out of North Jersey news reports. Not mine. Multiple officers said the Paterson Internal Affairs Division has launched an investigation into the origins of the hit list flyer. Why? Internal affairs, do you know internal affairs means just what it says, internal affairs? The messenger asked us, why does the devil keep us apart from his social equality? He does not want us to know how filthy he is in all of his affairs. So the Internal Affairs Division work internally. They're not interested in finding out who's on the flyer. They want to know who put it out. Because whoever put the flyers out broke the code of silence. That's why the Internal Affairs want to get knee deep into it at the time of this report. This report is almost a year old now. Now think about it. This report is almost a year old. And just recently, this young man was brutalized. What did the Internal Affairs do from the day of this report, February the 20th or the 4th in 2020 till today? Not a damn thing. They have no intentions of doing anything. Let's go on. Let's go on. See, we have to understand something, family. And at the end of the day, Our people must understand what we're dealing with. And when we're dealing with these people, how to deal with them. So as the internal affairs, the city's law department also has been asked to investigate the situations, officers said. The city law department. Wow. This is interesting. You have to understand, I'm doing this for a reason. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has not been teaching separation for no reason. And so I'm taking this situation and showing you how important it is that we separate. I respect the so-called community activists who wants to sit with the police department and officials and work it out. That's not happening. You're talking over 50 years of sitting with city officials, councilmen. I honestly believe, in my own personal opinion, whether it matters for anything, that the mayor of the city of Paterson and everybody on the Paterson City Council Board should be impeached today. There should be a new government formed by the people, for the people. Because the people sitting in the seats don't carry any weight and they don't give a damn. You have to understand fear and intimidation. There's a police union all across America that's a part of this crime syndicate. These people protect the law enforcement officers and their families, spiritually, morally, and financially. They'll do anything to silence anyone inside that breaks the code of silence. That's why lawyers know. They get these young brothers and sisters in them courts down there in Paterson, in that jail. The judge gives them a ransom for the smallest crimes in the state, but they give them a ransom. Now I understand they don't even get bail. So now in the state of New Jersey, in Paterson at least, you don't even get a bail. They don't even have bail bondsmen. You don't get a bail. Damn. Who wrote that law? Who changed oh, wait a minute. That's the state of New Jersey Constitution. So now in the state of New Jersey, if you get convicted or if you get pulled over and you get charged for a crime, you don't even get a bail. Good God Almighty. Do you understand this crime family yet or not? Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. See? Wow. The law department also said they was investigating. Meanwhile, the police department unions have held discussions with the court about whether some of the new job assignments violate the labor contracts and considering filing grievances, officers said. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? Now the police union goes in, right? And they want to sit with the new chief of police. They're going to press him now. See, they're going to put that man in a situation where his life may be on the line because this crime syndicate is serious in Paterson, New Jersey. So now they want to discuss union issues. Now they want to discuss the rights of the police officers, even though they are violating their oath of commitment to the state and the citizens of the state. Where is it in the contract of the police union that you control the monsters that you got riding around in uniform with guns? And I understand in the city of Paterson, there are many undercover police officers that don't even wear body cams. Those are some of the worst ones. Don't even wear body cams. So you can't record their interaction with the public. They don't have body cams. And I know that's a monstrous group. The undercover police officers in Paterson. See, they're above the law. They're above God. They don't believe in no gods under any circumstance. You know the old saying, God is power and force? That's the God they exercise, power and force. That is the only God they believe in. The undercover officers in Paterson don't even wear body cams. Bukoya said the job changes was based on seniority and the needs of the force. Good God Almighty. Bukoya is a coward. Tell him I said it. I fear no God but Allah. Bukoya is a coward. You see how they try to justify what they do. So I'm going to step in. I'm going to make some alterations and some changes. This is going to be for the betterment of the force. This is not going to stop them cowards for beating innocent citizens damn near to death. What we're going to do is change the condition of the force, make the force look better. Good God Almighty. And you want these cowards to be your leaders? You want these people to patrol your streets? We offered you the 10,000 fillers. We offered you the conflict resolution program set up by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. You refuse to accept that. So this white man is beating your ass like the messenger said he would. Not in the way I said it. But this white man is showing you you have no human rights. Hell with civil rights. Civil rights never existed for black. Hell, it don't really even exist for white people in America. You have no human rights as a human being born in America, especially if you black or Hispanic. And to my Spanish brothers and sisters in Paterson, y'all better set aside the differences and come together. Because they ain't discriminating, they hate. Some of these officers that are committing these crimes, riding around selling dope out of the squad car. Police, marijuana, cocaine, heroin. They selling it, or they was, right out of the squad car in Paterson, New Jersey. But then you got some of our people who want to go before cameras and say, we are working with the police department. What are you talking about? You're working with a few individuals. You're not working with the crime family of the syndicate that operates and runs the police department. They send you flunkies to sit in and dialogue with you just to see what's really on your mind. And if they give you 30 pieces of silver, like Judas, you turn against the Christ. Like Judas, you turn against your people because they might give you a place to meet in. They might give you a vehicle. They might give you some charitable donation. Hell with all that. We want freedom, justice, and equality for all the human families of the planet Earth. You can keep your 30 pieces of silver. So you don't want me sitting in these meetings. Because I'll be damned if I put my name in a Negro meeting after Mr. Muhammad taught us that the devil can't be reformed. And when I'm talking about the devil, I'm not talking about the white man per se. The devil is a mindset. Because the white man was grafted and created from the original black man. And he was created by an original black man by the name of Yakub. So the father of the white man is a black man. One of the worst damn devils you can meet. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth, brother. Sisters. One of the worst damn devils you can meet is somebody that look like you and I in skin. They sit at City Hall. They sit in some of these government agencies, black people, and look down on you when you come in struggling. Put you down. I remember fighting for the rights of my older children, child support. I called the state of New Jersey to try to get information on how to deal with my situation. It was a black woman on the phone. Guess what she said to me? I said, I'll never forget this. My children grown now. She said, it's a shame y'all called here after y'all created. I said, God damn. Y'all, what the hell is you? I didn't even entertain it. I just got off the phone. Automatically, she judged me and not knew my situation or circumstance. She didn't realize that I was a loving father who was fighting for his children. But as a black woman, she prejudged me, stereotyped me, and thought I was a shitless father. Now I'm calling the state because I wanted help. No, goddammit, I thought I was going to get justice. But I thank Allah for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught me how to stand up like a man and take justice or die for it. Don't depend on these Caucasians or these Negroes to give you justice, sitting in a damn smoke-filled room with these criminals and badges. These criminals in public offices, city council. The council board is the bottomest of the pit when it comes to politics in America. They don't really carry no weight. Only thing they do is read city ordinances for the most part. They can get you a lot or two at a discount. That's all the hell you're going to get from the council. You run to the goddamn council meeting just to sit and listen to them read city ordinances as opposed to dealing with the crime family and the syndicates that's running the damn city. Sheriff and the police department. Yeah. Very interesting. Because even to this day, you got many blacks who come in front of you and make you believe that these people want to help you. Listen to this. This is a part of this NorthJersey.com. You can find this information at NorthJersey.com, what I'm reading to you. So you can't say we created it. Brother Albert, I didn't create a damn thing. I'm telling you what they released to the public. See? So they said this was designed to put police officers to work in areas where they would do the most good for the department. Stop. Bukoya says. So Bukoya, here's the new chief police, by the way. With all this crime going on in his force, all he's worrying about is the police force looking good so they could keep committing the crimes. They could keep beating the hell out of innocent people. They could keep shooting innocent people and justify it by putting police officers where they think it'll make the police department look good. Shouldn't that tell you something? Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. And so Mr. Bukoya says, the chief noted that the changes include an increase in the number of officers assigned to the narcotics divisions. Let's stop. Do you know Passaic County, Paterson, New Jersey, narcotics division cannot count for billions of dollars that they stole from the streets? Over 50 years and better. I'm just counting how long I was on the planet in this city. The narcotics division, so-called narcotics division, they don't just take drugs. They take millions and millions of dollars off the streets. They confiscate people money. You never see it again. But what you do see, new police cruisers, chief of police getting a raise, the mayor gets raises, city councils get promotions, family members go to prestige colleges. Where they get the money from? The narcotics division in Paterson, New Jersey. Let's go back 50 years and document and calculate the monies they took off the streets, cash, and ask them, where is it? Why didn't they take 10% of that and invest back in the streets to build the community? Let's talk. You really want to talk? It's a crime family. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, business, crime, jail, prison. You think they're going to get that easy money up? Coming from them so-called suburban white communities when they probably grew up without a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. Somehow or another got away to college, got a degree in law enforcement, got to a poor urban community like Paterson and just monopolized off it. Huh? Wow. A copy of a memo on the new job assignment shows that the narcotics unit had a net gain of 6 officers. Meanwhile, the traffic division lost 6 officers, the memo says or shows. The narcotics division gained 6 officers. But wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Where's these drugs coming from in Paterson? Where are they getting it from? How did they get his shit? Where are they getting the guns from? All this shooting and killing in the streets of Paterson. Where are they getting the guns from? But wait a minute, goddamn, you just arrested an officer last year for selling dope out of the damn police car. You think it stopped? You think they took that product and the product that they confiscated off the streets, you think they destroyed all of it? You really believe that? You really believe that? That they destroyed all of it? The millions of dollars that they confiscated from the streets, drug dealers. And there's a difference. I've been saying this for years. Let me make this point. There's a major difference between a drug dealer and a drug peddler. Some of our people don't even know that. For real. Majority of our people in the poor urban communities that get caught with a gram, ounce, few bags, maybe 100 bags, they get drug dealer time. Drug dealers get drug peddler time. You understand what I just said? I'm talking to the drug dealers if you're listening. You're going to get drug dealer time if you're a drug peddler, especially if you're in Passaic County. And don't be in there accidental. Let me share this with you before I forget. I'll never forget. And as long as I live, if you want to know why I'm so adamant about my push for freedom, justice, and equality, I never forget the day that I was set up by members of the Paterson Police Department twice. I lived in an area, predominantly black, poverty-stricken, the ghetto. And so I know what it's like to have drugs put on in your possession that didn't even belong to you. I know what it's like sitting in a holding pen praying that you get out. While on the other side of the wall, you're listening to the officers that got you in there discussing how they're going to write up the police report. Hell with it. Say they wrote it. Say we found it under the stairs. I know what that's like. I know what it's like sitting in one of New Jersey's state penitentiary for multiple years for a crime you know that you didn't commit. You know you could pass lie detector's test. I know what that's like. I know what it's like when crooked cops do all they can for promotions and greed. So I took that energy and I build off it. And I said that there is no God but Allah. The black man is God. I wasn't going to let them crackers beat me. You'll never make me confess to a felony. Under no circumstances until the day I die. I never got a felony on my own. I was given one. And because I was given one, you'll never get me to confess to a felony. Now that I know better. So if I fill out a job application, don't ask me, do I got a goddamn felony? Because I'm going to tell you, no, I didn't have a felony. Now, if you ask me, did somebody give you a felony? Then I'll tell you, yes, there's a difference. And that's how they had built their syndication in the state of New Jersey, the city of Paterson, Passaic County. That's how they built their empire in Passaic County. Stealing lives, killing people, unjustifiably. Now that the crime rate in our community has excelled to the extreme, where the crime has propelled astronomically, and the killing is ongoing. So now they can sit back in the cut. I'm talking about the creators of this, and enjoy, reap the rewards of what they created. The drugs and the crime in our communities in Paterson, New Jersey. Talking about the city I was born and raised. I don't love Paterson. You have to be out your damn mind. I was born and raised there. That's not what I built. That's what they built. My father is trying to teach us how to build our own nation within a nation. How to separate and do our own thing. If the Amish people can do it, if the Irish can do it, if the Jews can do it, if the Polish can do it, then black people can separate and do for self. Carve out some of this land and call our own. Create our own taxes and do for self. Let me go on. This is interesting because as we go on, the report states we're looking to put as many officers on the streets as possible, said Public Safety Director Jerry Spazzelli. Now, let me tell you, that's the gentleman that we put on the post. Jerry. Because I can't pronounce the man's last name without butchering it, so I'll just say Jerry. But that's what it means to me. He's the public safety director. Now, if you're from Paterson, if you're not from Paterson, you're not going to know these people. Here's a person that hates black people. Jerry. But he's the public safety director. Here's a man that worked in the Passaic County jail, ran the jail, slept with black women for positions. I'm telling it, goddammit. I'm telling it. Because, Jerry, you and the rest of your conglomerate know what I'm talking about is truth. You swindled your way in position. Oh, crooked cracker that you are. Crooked cracker. You swindled your way in. Slept with as many black women as you could in the Passaic County Sheriff Department or in the jail, wherever the hell they was at. And then you locked up and brutalized black men and Hispanic men at will, Jerry. And now you're the safety director of the city of Paterson. That's because our people done lost their damn mind. Some of them fear you so damn much because you have built your syndicate and your crime family in Passaic County. So most of them know not to cross the line. And so therefore they're not going to speak the truth, knowing how filthy and dirty you is. And now you are the safety director of the city, Jerry. The new chief and his team of deputy chiefs are trying to do what's best to serve the public. This is how you know. The terms that I'm using, crime family and syndicate, this is how you know it all ties in. Jerry is one of the worst law enforcers Paterson has ever had. The city of Paterson, New Jersey, will never in my lifetime see a mayor like the former mayor, Frank Graves. They'll never see another mayor like that. I don't give a damn who runs for it. I don't give a damn if you blue. They'll never see another mayor like that. He wasn't a criminal. He wasn't a crook. He was a man of law and a just man. This is a white man. But he was a just man. I heard he told the fire department, if I beat you to the fire, I don't need you. See? What you have now in the city, you have organized crime and crime families in Paterson. Bukoya declines to comment about the hit list. Right. Spinzelli dismissed the significance of the fire. Good. Well, why wouldn't you do that, Jerry? Jerry's a part of the goddamn hit list. He's on top of the hit list. But he's the public safety director. He has the power and influence. So therefore, what he says goes. It's like the Bible when Jerry talks. But let me tell you something, Jerry. I don't give a damn about what you say. Because I know that you know all about the flyer. You know who's on the flyer and how many people. We got names. Let me get to them. Bear with me. We got names. Wow. Paterson Press obtained copies of the job assignments memo and the hit list flyer from confidential sources last week. So when this flyer went out, the news force or the department or whatever got information. Mason Meyer and Alex Cruz, presidents of the two unions representing Paterson police officers, expressed concern about the hit list. I'm sure they is. I'm sure they is. Because now they want to know, one, who put it out, who's on it. So so they can set up their defense. Yeah. Mason Meyer, Alex Cruz. Obviously, anything like that, just the presence of such a note in police headquarters will not be tolerated. You see how they are? Said Meyer, who represents ranking police officers. Now they want to retaliate. This shows you what they're made of. They want to retaliate now. And they're going to go above and beyond to try to figure out who put it out. So they can retaliate in the worst way. It's what they do. It's what crime families do. And they bold enough to say it without repercussion. City Council President DeVella said she heard about the hit list that didn't come from the chief or the deputy chief. DeVilla said somebody made that up. Damn. This is the city council president at the time. One of Bukoya's supporters in the department who spoke on the condition on the condition he not be quoted by name. So he didn't want to be quoted. Said he believes that whoever circulated the hit list was trying to preempt some of the changes or prevent some of the changes that normally occur whenever a new chief takes command. So now they're trying to justify it. And they was able to get away with that. Because this is almost a year later that all this took place. And the police are still doing what they want to do. And the police unions are going to do what they paid to do. Most of them are members of the police department who sat in the unions as the president of the union. 4 captains, listen to this. Wow, hold on. 4 captains 8 lieutenants, 7 sergeants, and 9 detectives received new assignments. The rest were rank and file officers. In 37 instances, the cops were moved from one unit to another, such as going from the juvenile division to patrol or from the traffic unit to the major crime investigation bureau. 15 members of the patrol division stayed within that group, but were transferred to different squads or platoons. Listen to their language. Wow. Which would change the hours or days they work. We have a new chief and listen to this. We have a new chief and he should be able to make these decisions as long as it's done correctly, said Davila, the council president. I'm going to tell y'all something. If I had my way, if I was actually in Paterson, I would push for every member on the city council board to be moved, impeached. Every last one of them. I don't give a damn what color you is. I don't give a damn. Hell with the president. These are people who run for office, they get the seats, and they glorify in it. Because now they feel like they achieved something. But when these types of crimes take place, they get less involved. Let's go a little further. Wow. Among the changes was the flipping of 2 captains whose names were on the super suspicious hit list. Glenn Browning was moved from being in charge of the emergency response team. Hey, we're going with names now, so hang in there. So if you're from Paterson, you want to listen. Glenn Browning was moved from being in charge of the emergency response team, a position he held for almost 19 years. Goddamn. To the patrol division, Captain George Vasquez was switched from patrol to emergency response. Y'all don't understand what's going on in Paterson. God damn. I feel for my people. I feel for my people. There's always been a fight for political power in Paterson between blacks and Hispanics. And that fight is causing so much injustice to be served across the board. Let me go on. Again, you can find this report at northjersey.com. That ain't my report. I'm just sharing it. So what I do. A 3rd officer named on the hit list, Sergeant Antonio Blasucci, whatever, I can't pronounce his name. I apologize if I butchered the man's name. Antonio was moved out of the chief's office. Tony been in charge of assigning Paterson's cops to off-duty job paid for by private companies. Antonio Blasucci. Now he was moved out of the chief office. So Tony sat at the desk of the chief. And Tony was responsible for making sure officers got the good off-duty jobs. Extra pay for companies that wanted to hire police officers. Such as providing traffic control, doing road repairs. Blasucci, again, I apologize for butchering the man's name, was transferred into the juvenile division. Now, why would you do something like that unless you know there's a problem? Why would you do it? We have to understand as a people in these communities what we're facing and what we're dealing with. If you go into the Paterson Police Department as a new recruit, your average salary is $42,000. And you can, when you do the math and break it down weekly, it's about $917 a week. You put your life on the line for that. So quite naturally, you're going to jump at everything that moves. Another officer name, I told you we're getting the names. On the hit list, Lieutenant Joseph Spatelli was reassigned in January by Oswald before he retired as chief. Spatelli had worked for more than 7 years in the chief's office. Starting back when William Fire was chief in an administrative role, processing overtime requisitions or requests and making sure job assignments met union contract requirements. You see the positions that these people was holding? Money. Just like I said earlier. Bloodsuckers. 10%. Bloodsuckers. You see what I'm talking about? I apologize. This can't be no lightweight subject. I got to do this. Wherever it goes, at least my people won't be able to say we wasn't informed. The public in Paterson is not going to see this video. The people that really need to see this and sit down and analyze it and dissect it in the city of Paterson, they're not going to see this. Not by a long shot. We got too much self-hatred to even share it among each other that our people can tap into what we're sharing. All right? Wow. Several officers said Spatelli was known for speaking up when chiefs attempt to make job reassignments that would violate provision of the labor contracts. So now they're trying to say he lost his job because he was known for speaking up. If the chiefs come in and change things that would violate the union contract. So the union contract that the Passaic County Police or the Paterson Police Department has in this clause, it's okay to brutalize the citizens. It's okay to shoot innocent citizens. It's okay to pulverize and beat citizens. We'll protect you. Well, hell, that's not just the Paterson Police Union. That's all the police unions across America. They have those same clauses in there. It's okay to do all this. We're going to protect your rights. You have the rights to bananas. You have the rights to whatever we got in our contracts. So go ahead and do what you do. Apprehend, arrest. Huh? Oswald reassigned Spatelli to the crime scene investigation unit, a move that several officers said was designed to protect Spatelli for getting a less desirable assignment once Pecoya became chief. So basically, what they're saying is they utilized that move to protect this officer from getting an undesirable position once the new chief take assignment. What am I getting at? Separation is the only option for our people in North America. Join on to your own kind. Establish your own forces. Establish safe houses all across America that is built, sponsored, and financed by our own people to secure our people from these monsters that sit in political arenas all across America, especially in Paterson, New Jersey. That hit squad is real. That list is real. It wouldn't have never got out if it wasn't real. And all the crimes that have been committed behind those who are on the list, and they're still there, they're still working in the police department. You still have undercover officers riding around in the city of Paterson without body cams, brutalizing citizens just to make a simple arrest. Whatever happened to put the handcuffs on, put them in the car. Whatever happened to those days? Gone. It's grab you, stomp you, handcuff you, put you in the car, and beat you till you can't breathe. Then when you get to St. Joseph, or if you get to Barnet, 99.9% of the times, they're going to cover it up out of fear and intimidation. See, the nurses and the doctors, they work in the same operation and under the same laws that Yakub gave his followers in the making of the devil, in the making of white people. See, the nurses and the doctors played a role in making white people. They were given laws and rules and regulations, and if they didn't keep and follow them, they would lose their lives. This is what the nurses and doctors have to deal with every day. So out of fear, they cover up all the brutality that comes inside the emergency room from the hands of the police or the sheriff's department. That's an actual fact. That's an actual fact. So they working under the laws of Yakub, and they cover up their filth and wickedness. So this young man was brutalized and beat damn near to death. He survived it. He's able to tell his story. And North Jersey reported this hit list because there's millions, maybe billions of dollars that have been stolen from the citizens of Paterson, New Jersey, living in Passaic County. That's Paterson, Passaic, and the area. It doesn't matter what color you are, because they're stealing from everybody. And these are criminals with badges and guns. And they don't have a problem with intimidating you and killing you if they have to, because they have the upper hand. They have the power and force to cover up their filth. Separation is our only option. Join us as we launch our town hall meeting coming soon, where we'll discuss solutions to these problems. We'll discuss our goals and what we intend on doing to make a difference, as opposed to just talking you till you blue in your face. When we launch our town hall meeting via Zoom, where you can tap in and share your thoughts or ideas or whatever suggestions that you have that will help our people as a whole. Thank you for listening. I leave you as I came before you. And the nation, good words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.